What's happening, everybody? Welcome to episode 77.
Alright.
How you doing, Mr. Jonathan?
Aye, not bad. It's been a busy week already. First day back after the bank holiday. How's Mr. Kirby?
I'm all good. I'm about to tuck into my dinner because I'm a bit behind on my schedule.
It looks like it, yeah.
But that's
Bit
okay.
chaos in the lead up.
Yes, there is chaos. We'll get into that. First, I want to say hello to Mr. Eric Beatty, straight up there in the chat. Anyone else is there? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I'm still trying to do social medias.
Yeah, no stress, no drama.
I literally have to just hit paste and send, and
Very
it's
good.
done. Boom.
So Kirby,
Jonathan.
SolidWorks for makers.
I've been seeing a lot about it lately. I meant to go this weekend to Piccadilly Circus because they got the new Dassault billboard up there. I didn't get the chance to go and check it out in person, but it is interesting to see that they're starting to promote more and push out into the public space. And I think SolidWorks for Makers is doing a similar thing.
About time.
Yes.
It's only been out 3 years plus.
It is growing in popularity. It is moving out there, but there's a I'm not sure if I'm going to attend it yet, but there's the Maker Central coming up. Not next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend.
Ah, yes.
In Birmingham.
It's Birmingham, isn't it? It's a bit of an awkward one for me to get to, and probably you.
Yeah, it's about 3-4 hours, which is, a daily commute for an American.
A daily commute for an American. Each way.
But a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people are going to be there, so I'm hoping that I'll see something from SolidWorks coming from that side. But who knows? Maybe it's something that they're not aware of, and hopefully they can watch this and see.
Hopefully. It needs more makers to be using it. We need to get away from the F word.
Oh, I saw a picture of the F word yesterday. I was fuming.
See, Eric knows the crack.
Saw the Piccadilly display on Instagram. It was awesome. I would have loved to have gone. I just ran out of time. It's been busy, Johnny.
I know. I've noticed the wall behind you seems to have changed colour.
Yes, things have changed. Things are different. I'd like to introduce you to my new kitchen.
What, the boxed version?
No, this is literally my temporary kitchen for now.
Oh, your temporary kitchen. All right. Is that what you've got now, is it?
Yeah, obviously the shelves have gone on that.
It's a bit like camping.
Yeah, the old shelf that was in the corner, we've just rotated it and everything's there. I've got my freezer, my fridge. Everything you need is right here. Some of the Lego has moved from here, and I've got a little pantry on the shelves there.
Where do you cook?
Well, that's the thing. We don't. Microwave meals is going to be my go-to for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. And takeaways.
Yeah, but the kitchen's completely gutted. It's a big
if I
one now.
was you, I'd get yourself round the bull every night for the next 2 weeks.
It depends. Legit, because of traffic today, because of the strikes, I got in about half an hour before this started, which feed the dogs, let them out, deal with that.
I hadn't had a whole lot of time today. Well, at least it's microwave. That is quick.
Yes. So I feel like on top of playing What Are We Drinking, I think we're going to discuss what is Kirby eating.
I think some sort of rice or pasta dish. We'll find out.
We'll find out after this. Being king. What are they drinking? It is hot.
No, that's not a drink. That's a food. You've missed the point of our intro thing.
Okay, Johnny, I'm going to go for you first. Or do you want to switch places?
No, we'll switch it up. Let's have you go first this week. I
currently do not have anything on my desk.
Oh God. I mean, I thought I was bad, mate, but you've got even less than I have.
Oh, but watch this, Johnny.
Oh, convenient. It's like the virtual hallway hangouts all over again.
I know, right? It's like college all over for me.
It's like college all over. Well,
So
stuff happens, mate. Stuff
I've got
happens.
a good friend of ours, Jack.
Yeah. Is Daniel going to make an appearance as well, or?
I don't know. It depends how many I have.
Sounds like a yes.
I do not have a receptacle for this alcohol. But what are you drinking, Johnny?
Well, I've gone boring today, mate. I've had a long day, and I'm a bit short in the old liquor and beer department. So I've just gone.
Always gone with the diet as well.
I like a diet. Diet. I prefer diet to regular. Sorry, Eric. I know that's probably a sin for you.
That.
Full strength.
Full strength.
Mine's like the premium unleaded.
Mine's from Slovakia. My Coca-Cola.
Oh, are you still getting it from your dodgy shop?
Yeah.
That's
good to know that Slovakia's kind of like gone in full in with the stupid caps.
All of Europe has.
How do you feel about this cap?
I don't mind it. You've not pushed it right back though, so you've done a fail. Go on, overstretch it. There you go.
I did not know that. I didn't know it like snaps off a little bit.
It does like a half snap.
Oh, I've been dealing with this fucking thing in my eye. And jeez, like.
Yeah, because otherwise, when you try and drink from it, it just stabs you in the mouth.
Yeah. See, even Eric is disappointed in you with your.
Yeah, it won't be the first time Eric's been disappointed in me.
No, I need to get a receptacle. You can watch me.
Great. Receptacle finding in progress. What does he got? A pint glass. Very good, easy start to the day, clearly, for Kirby.
I do like the convenience of this.
You're not going to want to put it back. That's the problem. My chair doesn't feel right.
If I saw those caps in France back in July, I don't mind them. I wonder if it's the same plastic
What do you mean?
as the bottle.
No, they've got to be different, surely.
Because it just means at the recycling plant, they've got to separate it.
No, the bottle and the cap are different. 100%. 100%.
Like, I understand why
you're meant to pull them apart, but no one does.
Yeah, the amount of times that like a bottle goes to the bin without a cap, it kind of keeps the whole product together.
It does. I don't normally buy cans, but I bought a box of cans this week because it was cheaper.
Did you get it off TikTok?
No. Hell no, it'd be poison.
The amount of like videos I've seen of people like at as they're like, oh, look at the price. That's the thing. You can get it for like 10p at TikTok shop.
Great. I like my sight.
Unless it's moonshine, then it's
That's different. That's a different sight loss.
But yeah.
Hi.
Makers Edition. I've seen a lot of stuff about makers and a lot of communities around makers getting together lately, Johnny. One of them being Titans of CNC.
Yeah, I saw Mr. Matt Clegg was hanging out with him again.
He was.
I was just pulling up.
I hear. You're just
Sorry.
pulling up?
I was just pulling up the latest prices for SolidWorks for makers. Have you seen it?
No.
It's a good one.
Go on. I don't have a drum roll.
Ta-da!
Flexible subscription options to suit your needs. That's actually really interesting.
I've got
The monthly subscription's gone up though.
Yes. So the monthly's gone up to $15, but if you pay it all at once, $48 for the year. So you're better off buying it yearly by a large amount.
But 48 is not a bad amount either.
That's cheap. It's like £40.
Yeah. Like, I would have gone with the monthly subscription before because it's just easier just to take out $10 a month. But that yearly $50, I'm actually quite impressed by that. That's
Mate, it's well cheap. I mean, it will be plus tax because America always add tax afterwards, but
yeah,
I don't think it adds it for the UK actually.
And 15-day money back policy.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but I better not. It's probably not wise to advertise. How do they define whether you're happy or not within 15 days on a CAD software?
That's an interesting topic. That's an
Know what
interesting
I mean?
thing.
How are they
subjective.
rating your experience within that time?
This is why I hated like doing art in school, because it's like, oh, they grade you on it. How can you grade art?
Well, how can they say, yes, you can have your money back within 15 days because you've clearly not had a good time in it? Compared to you bought it quickly. Yeah, compared to you bought it quickly, you've done a couple of jobs in it that you needed to do, and now you want a refund.
I think it's probably determined whether you're able to install it or not.
I feel like that's a low bar.
I mean, you recently reinstalled it. How was that process been?
You know what? It was better than it used to be, but it is a pain that I had to reinstall it yet again.
Why did you have to reinstall it? Like, just to be completely clear with it, like, if you are having issues, you might as well speak about it and possibly find some solution. Maybe there's a box you haven't ticked. Maybe your computer's just not happy.
I don't think my computer's very happy because I need a new one. What I would point out is that because it is semi-cloud based, is that the right term, I think? Or semi-hosted online, there's a lot of hot fixes for it. And I think one of them hot fixes didn't install quite correctly. And then I essentially had an absolute time trying to uninstall everything.
Right.
Because I uninstalled SolidWorks for Makers.
Yep.
Which doesn't uninstall 3D Experience Launcher, which apparently was the thing that was having the issue. So I had to uninstall them both to then reinstall 3D Experience Launcher, to then reinstall SolidWorks for Makers, which did fix the issue. But there was 3 or 4 restarts required in that whole process.
I feel like we need our resident PC expert in here. But
Brandon.
Yeah. Because he's just installed SolidWorks. I don't know if he installed for Makers or what edition he managed to get. But, oh, look at that helmet. I wonder who made that.
Yeah, I bet you did that in SolidWorks for Makers, didn't you?
Yeah, totally. Some version of it.
But you get all of this as well, you know. It's not just
what is included in there?
SolidWorks Professional.
That's
3D Experience SolidWorks
installed.
Professional. You what?
That's desktop. That's full desktop SolidWorks.
It's full desktop SolidWorks, but you have to have it hosted with your 3D Experience login. 3D Creator, 3D Sculptor, which is X-Shape, I believe, essentially renamed.
Yeah.
SolidWorks Visualize. The NC shop floor programmer is very interesting that they include that.
I find that very interesting to put that in a maker package.
But I guess it's for like maker-sized CNC machines or like Fab Labs because they get a copy of this as well.
All right.
So that's my guess on it. I've only used it once and I found it a little difficult, but it's probably because I have no idea how to use it.
Yeah, and then the 3D they should really rename that. 3D Swim.
It's basically SolidWorks and DS Facebook.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But like,
I tell you
the word forum should be there.
I'll pull up the Champions one to give people a taste of what it looks like.
I know Eric is very, very involved in these communities, so I feel like he should be taking us through. Yep, the uninstall program is more involved because of the 3DX launcher and other prerequisites.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a bit of a. It was a bit more involved. So yeah, this is the 3D Swim platform or whatever it's called. It's got nice memes and stuff.
I like it.
Flag.
It's not just constant posts of the same stuff. People are communicating, but I think the SolidWorks for Maker Edition gives you access to a lot more than just. Well, this is the Champions forum, so this is closed off to just Champions. But you get the I think the Makers forum that you get access to.
Well, hey, I wonder who posted this.
Oh, well. Did you miss Cad Monkey dinner at 3DXW24? We didn't because we were there.
We were there. I look like some guy out of Grease Lightning or something with hairstyle.
It is quite jarring. Like, even I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It looks like I'm about to hug the camera.
This has got Schwagner in it.
It's got all the peeps in there.
Whoever he is. Mr. Schwag. Nice. Uh-oh.
But I like the 360 video. It really... That's the word I'm looking for. It captures more...
Jazzed it up. Catches more of the atmosphere. The surrounding.
Yes. Yeah, surround. There we go. That's a good word.
There you go.
NC Shop
So, Eric... Go on, you read it out, sorry.
The NC Shop Floor Programmer is a powerful app. It's industry level stuff, not just Maker. But I think it's the name as well, like NC Shop Floor Programmer. Doesn't sound like it's not a Maker term.
No, it stands out with the Maker's offer. Yeah, and like Eric says, it is like professional grade stuff. But I think they've thrown it in there to give people like a taste of. It kind of makes sense with the making aspect to give someone something like that. How it would integrate with like desktop CNC and stuff like that, I don't know.
Yeah, are you able to click on each of those little tabs?
I mean, it hovers over, but it doesn't tell me anything.
Because I mean, there it shows little demos and that stuff.
But it is, like Eric says, this is top level stuff.
Now, if I've got like a...
Look at that.
You've got a little CNC. No, you got a little laser.
No, I wish I did. I got my laser. But yeah, that's exactly like the purpose of it.
Would you ever use this to program your laser? Or
no?
If you had a little desktop CNC, would you?
If I had a little desktop CNC and I was like up to speed on how this goes quickly, I'd be all over it. Because the thing with CNC, like on console, is you can only see flat lines and stuff. It builds up a 3D image eventually, but this shows you exactly where the tool path is, exactly where it's going to clash if it's going to hit. So this, like Eric says, this is some good. See? Like from block to complete form.
You had to think there a little while. I think it's interesting, but my question is a maker.
Yeah, you've got to be
why not use the tool that the CNC outboard comes with?
Because you can drag a SolidWorks model in direct, probably would be the argument. This, to be honest, this shop floor thing is more like Jason
Full.
Yeah, level of making, you know, where you've got a Tormac sat in your garage sort of thing.
Yeah, most people do that. Do have one. You know,
I wouldn't have said it was necessarily like mine and your level of pottering about.
Yeah, like if I think of Luke, for example, maybe Luke might use something like that, but
eventually,
Matt Long, I don't think he would use a tool like
that. No, I think he would. Well, for that part, I think you'd probably just build it up in laser cut profiles.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the potential. I mean, if you're going to use the software as a introduction to the tools to go into professional industries, such as working for a company like Titans of CNC, or the kind of people that Titans of CNC sell machines to.
Yeah, I mean, if you're building up a portfolio, it's probably great, but it's not an everyday maker thing. That's not like pay $48 a year and have a go. That's like pay $48 a year and you know what you're doing kind of with SolidWorks, and you're buying it to do hobby stuff at home with, and you've got either money to burn or
So I'm just trying to look here.
You're on this bit about what makers are saying, I believe.
I am.
You are. I found it the other day. It's the one that we did the wheelchair.
Oh, it is? Oh.
They've just taken a load of snippets from Make magazine, I think.
Yeah. So, wow. Have you seen how much Fusion 360 is?
No.
Do you want to know? Take a guess how much it is per month.
$2.
$84.
A month?
A month.
Screw that.
Or if you want to buy it per year, it's $660, or a 3-year deal is £1,980.
That's a lot. Also, Eric's comment makes perfect sense. That's exactly why they've bundled it in there.
I'm coming for that. I think that it was bundled to provide a CAM app for the bundle, since most commercial SolidWorks add-ins do not run with SolidWorks Connected.
Yeah. So basically, add-ins don't work with SolidWorks Connected apart from Auto Trace and a simplified version of simulation, I think, Eric. Something like that. So that would be why they've done it, because any third-party NC controllers that use SolidWorks or add-ins to SolidWorks won't work with it. So they won't have had an option. That's why it's there.
Interesting. I'm actually shocked by this price.
It's cheap. But yeah, go on. Fusion's $80-something.
$84 a month, and I'm trying to compare, if you know what I mean. I mean, they've got integrated CAD CAM. There's some PCB stuff.
Yeah, are you really doing that?
I don't know if this is the professional version, or because you can download a free trial. I'm not clicking that. Interesting.
But that was always the argument, wasn't it, against SolidWorks, was that Fusion 360 was free and all the makers would use that because it was free.
That's exactly, like, there was a guy who I was invited to World and all that stuff. What's his channel's name? I can't remember now. His name's Devon. And he did a lot of his YouTube videos in SolidWorks and all that. And he was forced to switch to Fusion because that's what his fan base could afford.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think give it another year. Give it another year, and people are going to start switching to this. You know, the more influencers and big names that are out there talking about it, that's how Fusion became popular. You know, the big YouTubers were using Fusion, so everybody else uses Fusion. It's that if someone's going to show you how to replace a part on a car, chances are you're going to go with the tools and the method that they've recommended. Might not be the best method, might not be the best tool, but you're going to go with that because that's the tool that you've watched that video on. Free Fusion gives you limited cam. Paid version gives you more sophisticated cam. Yeah, on here it's limited import or export file types. Form support only. Limited 2D documents. Limited electronics and PCB designs. Single user data management. And limited cam functionality. Yeah. I know also you have to choose which projects are currently active. And I think you can only have like 3 or 4 current active projects. And you've got to sign that. So, yeah. They started off well. They captured a market, and I'm super glad that SolidWorks has
brought something to the forefront or the offering.
Like the first event that I went to with SolidWorks was 2016. Jeez, that was 8 years ago.
We're getting old.
Holy shit. But in there, I was saying, like, you need to have a version of SolidWorks that costs very little money or free. You know, maybe it's a limited version. Maybe it's a dumbed down version. But that's what you need to have on the market. Can you share this link, by the way?
Of course I can.
Pop that in the chat, and I'll pop it in the description as well.
Helps if I press control. Just ignore that random V, people.
Johnny's V. How's
It's a bargain deal.
It's a good deal. How's work been, though, for you, Johnny?
It's been all right. Been busy the last couple of weeks due to holidays and stuff. Back at it today, full day. Yeah, kind of all right. Busy. Lots of projects on the go.
Yeah, we're finally teetering down on production, and I can actually breathe. But I got someone in trouble today.
Again?
Train strikes, and they wanted to work from home and didn't tell anyone. Try to go under the radar.
Can I ask a question, right?
Go for it.
As 3D print technicians, how did you work from home?
Well, he's not really a technician. He's a maintenance engineer, but...
That's worse. I'm going to clean that ducting remotely.
He can tell his staff how to do it, but the fact that there was nothing wrong with any of the machines, other than mine, so I had to fix them myself. I should really get myself SolidWorks for Makers, get myself on that latest version.
You should. Get your hotfix. Literally get your hotfix on. It is a great deal. Absolute great deal. I can't say that enough. There's I do have my qualms with it. Hot fixes once a week do
I know
frustrate
some weekends they do drop it a bit.
Yeah, I think it doesn't help that
like big fixes and that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that I have my commercial license through work that I use through the week.
Yeah.
And then I come in on a weekend and I just want to do one home thing quickly. And then I'll have to do a hot fix to be able to do what I need to do. You can skip some of them, but then after so long, it forces you to do it. I've noticed as well that when I skip them and then try and do like a load at once, that's when I have issues with them going wrong.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What projects are you working on now?
Not many, to be honest, at the minute. I've just I did some magnet things for our wedding. That was sent out. They got done.
Yeah. Have you sent mine yet?
Have you not got it yet?
I've got nothing from you. Have you got the right address?
Yeah.
Because at no point through this have you asked me what my address is.
Oh, yeah, I've got it saved on my phone because I got sick of asking you for it. But yeah, I've sent you it. Has it not turned up?
Nothing's turned up. I got a bill today.
Mate, I sent this like 2 months ago.
Yeah, nothing's appeared.
Fucking absolute royal fail. This is why this country's ruined.
Yeah. Royal Mail works well for us.
Nothing. Absolute nothing.
I think you're the first person that's ever sent me something through Royal Mail, and I get a lot of stuff.
Do you know what they need to do, right? They just need to go bankrupt and give up.
They work, like, of all my experience with Royal Mail has been 100%. I sent Pokemon cards often with them and received lots of Pokemon cards through them, and it's never had
They're
any
hopeless.
issues.
Absolute hopeless, mate.
What service did you send it under?
Just a large letter.
Track it every single time. It's an extra £1.
Yeah, but why should I have to pay an extra £1? Because I want it to get there. They're a postal company.
Well, at least from there you can actually see where it goes.
Yeah, around the world.
I know South Africans' postal system's Shocking. I think people are starting to get letters from like 5 years ago.
Mate, that'll turn up at some point, I'll tell you now.
You'll be divorced by then. Yeah, I've been the same. Like having that software there, I remember installing one of my units for the shoes, and there wasn't enough. I didn't measure the height of our skirting, and the feet were too short. You know, quickly hopped into SolidWorks, made a little block extrusion, printed it, boom. Sorry,
This is what I'm saying.
Like this little thing I made to fit on the Hoover thingy. It doesn't fit because I kind of eyeballed it. I thought it was about so big. But they're quick, easy little things. So
didn't eyeball it quite right then, no?
No, I eyeballed it completely wrong, and I need to redesign it. And this guy didn't save the file.
Nice.
The measurements.
Very nice.
So I've got to just go into the STL file and edit that.
Oh, God. You'll be proud of me.
Go for it.
Tidied my desktop finally.
Oh, you have? Oh, your actual desktop or your screen?
Screen. It now only takes up about a third of the screen.
Did you just like figure out what you didn't need, put it to the right, what you needed, put it to the left, took what you didn't need, grabbed it and put it in a folder?
No, you know what? I've actually deleted a load of stuff that I didn't need anymore.
Well, that will help out. I mean, the best thing you can do for your computer is just straight up format.
Yeah, but I do have some stuff that I need.
See, what I do with my computer is all the stuff, all the files, everything I access is on separate drives. Only the OS is on the main drive, and that means if I want to format, all I have to do is reinstall everything, and even that is way too much effort.
Yes, so I did start using my removable hard drive to work from, and then just keeping that with me wherever I went. Yep. And then I got sick of unplugging and plugging it in.
You're also limited to your USB speed.
Yep. So I was like, nah, can't do this anymore. So I just started dumping stuff on my desktop. And since then, it's turned into a mess. And I can't be bothered. Imagine having to reinstall blooming SolidWorks and stuff all the time. It'd do you nothing.
I mean, you're almost doing that anyway.
Well, Eric says it's only every couple of months. So maybe I just don't use SolidWorks for Makers as much as I think.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's costing me like $24 a go at the minute, probably this year.
Oh, Eric says didn't save the file. Of course, it's
poor effort.
It's a revolve. I just I just did an STB and I was done. Clearly, not well enough, and I'm gonna have to do a second spin.
How many millimeters out do you think you are? It's not horrendous.
I mean, it just doesn't fit either end.
Why didn't you just measure it, just out of sheer interest?
Because everything's just all over the place. I couldn't find my calipers, so I used a ruler.
Badly, clearly badly.
And thumb sucked it. I was like, yeah. And instead of just doing like two outer diameters, I decided, oh, one's going to go in, the other one's going to go out. You know, one's an innie, one's an outie, and
yeah, you'd have been better off just
duct tape, just hose,
that would
duct
have worked.
tape. Yeah. But yeah, we use this to pick up all the dog fur off the couch. Even though we got a special Hoover that's designed to pick up dog hair.
No, they're not.
It doesn't pick up dog hair. I think we paid an extra 50 quid for this Hoover.
Absolute fudge.
We should have just gone with a Henry the Hoover. Good old classic.
Right, Henrys are good. They're just a bit unwieldy, I find.
They knock about. They can be
knock
thrown
about
around.
all right, mate. They'll do your skirting board in. Get everywhere, and the wheels on them are crap.
Just put nice big wheels on them. Nice big casters.
You could 3D print some.
I wonder what kind of Henry the Hoover accessories there is online.
Probably a lot.
That makers have created. I think this will be a interesting little dive. Let's see what we find. Share screen. I use a website called yegi.com.
Yegi.
It's like Google but for 3D files. So it searches Thingiverse, My Mini Factory, Prusa, or everywhere there's STL file depositories. It's there. Like I can go, yep, that's My Mini Factory. That's part of the Scan the World. I just can see this shit like a. Let's see the stuff a mile away. Okay. Henry the Hoover.
Hey.
We got mini one. Interesting. To vacuum seal your PLA.
There you go.
See, that's smart. Nice little stand for your Henry the Hoovers. Nice little stand for your mixers. Maker World. I've never heard of this website. Interesting.
They might have one of them things that you've tried to make badly.
I've tried to make a lot of things badly.
The Hoover connector.
Probably. Let's see if any of my files are on here that I haven't given them permission to put on here. Destiny. So far, none. That's pretty good.
Time yet.
Usually you just see the stuff littered with my stuff. Kind of why I stopped doing a lot of making stuff, because you spend you spend so much time creating stuff, and then people, you can't even see this tab. I'm just talking into the blue, aren't I?
I thought you were pointing at stuff on there, and I just couldn't see the cursor. Sorry, I was like, yeah, he must just be pointing at something.
Oh no,
it's because on here it says share window or share screen.
Yeah, I decided to share the tab. So this is the website. So yeah, there's tons of these places that you can download cool 3D models. My neighbor's actually got one of these Bamboo Labs machines that's just like...
Are they any good?
Blown out of the water. He got the really small one.
Mm.
Where are they? Bam. Bamboo Labs.
I'm just looking myself.
He got this one.
Oh yeah, it's not badly priced.
Straight out of the box, best printer, like insane quality. He showed me his first couple of prints, and like you would have sworn this guy's tuned that printer to be perfect.
That is insanely cheap.
Basically, Bamboo has single-handedly like brought down Prusa. Like,
4-color printing as well.
Yes, they've got this module, and it does it so much better than Prusa as well. All it is a change on the printhead. Like it does it the way Prusa used to do it, but they've been able to do it successfully. Is Yegi like GrabCAD? Yegi's like, instead of searching a specific website, Yegi gets all the data from all the different websites.
Mate, that looks really good. I haven't looked at these. Not that I need a new 3D printer,
But this is a nice small printer, though. Like my neighbor, he went from kind of like the printers that you have, the Crealties, to this, and he says it's so much better on his desk. He's got so much room.
Yeah, this would be all right on my desk actually. Here.
Yeah. What is this machine called? It's the A1
Mini.
See if we can get a scale of reference.
Yeah, you got any external dimensions? It doesn't really tell you any of that.
Oh, there's an example of a person holding it. Like, it's quite a small printer, but the fact that you can do multicolor with that.
Yeah. It's 180 square build volume. You're good for like figures and stuff. Yeah, but the speed of it's ridiculous.
It poops. Nice. There we go. Cat for scale.
Yeah, it's nice desktop. I like it. Has some accessories. It's got a purge wiper as well. That's clever.
Yeah,
on like the upper rail where the head is. I like it.
Yeah, it's that purge rail. And like a purge rail, that's a very old technology.
Well, that's what my old Lulzbot used to do.
I mean, when I started looking at 3D printing, when they would have like one material for the support, one material for...
Yeah, but you know why it needs it, don't you?
To clean the nozzle.
Because of the 4 colours.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing it for.
I mean, Brandon's looking at getting one. I mean, they like I said, they've blown. And the thing is, this has self-leveling in it. It has all the technology that a top Prusa machine has.
I wonder if you buy it without the 4 colour changing thing, can you then add it later?
Well, we can see if that's an accessory.
Ooh, I'm on the website. I'm not just staring blankly at the wall.
AMS light.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's a kit that you can buy.
It's expensive compared to buying it all at once, but.
Well, I don't know if you get the AMS system if you buy it.
You do. It's just the A1 mini color thing.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got hot end kit. Looks like it's hot swappable hot ends, kind of like what? Oh, there we go. Quick swap nozzles. There we go. That's what was it? The MakerBot tried to do this and failed spectacularly.
I bet there's a few people burn their hands on them.
I think that's great. Yes, it's an accessory without the colors. It's just a crazy fast printer. See, I think what this machine has done is completely changed the just way 3D printers are looked at. It kind of revived it a little bit. I think it's a fantastic little machine.
Yeah, £369 for a 3D printer at that speed and the 4 color changing thing. That's ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, it's a price that you don't really flinch at. I know, what's his name? David uses a lot of the bamboo stuff. I think Matt has one as well. There's the regular A1 printers. The A1 series.
They do carbon as well.
Carbon you need a harder nozzle for. So just the A1, which is like your Prusa style printer, it's $369.
Man, that's cheap.
FlashForge has hot swap nozzles as well. I think what's the nozzle company that makes all the nozzles for Prusa and that they've just developed a hot swap, but MakerBot tried to do this back in like 2015, and it basically that's what crashed MakerBot, like almost destroyed them. Even Ultimaker tried to do it, and you don't really hear much about Ultimaker. Ahead of their time is what I think they were.
Pushing the boundaries too soon.
Yeah. Print your own vibe. I thought that said lube.
Not quite.
I tell you what, I was pissed off at the builders that did my door. Yeah, because I had in my shed, I have my resin printer. Obviously, I was super smart and didn't empty the resin out of the vat for about a year.
Left the door open.
And they decided to, for some reason, I don't know why, move it. But somehow they moved it to a point where they tipped it over on its side almost and spilt resin to overflow down the back and all that stuff. And I was just like,
good. Nice fun cleanup.
So where it was on like a kind of like a chipboard tabletop, so it was fine. It soaked into that. I didn't care about that. But this weekend, I finally just, because I knew the kitchen's being stripped out, so it doesn't matter if I get resin everywhere, stripped it apart, and luckily, all the resin was just on the outside. Like a small amount went on the actual like on-off switch. But yeah, very lucky. Nothing got destroyed. Gave it a good scrub-a-dub-dub, and looks at it and be like, I should print some stuff. Proceeded to then pack it back into the shed.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I spend my whole day stripping and fixing printers and printing stuff. So I don't get as much joy out of it doing it when I get home from work. Because
I get what you mean.
Time to get home. I'm sure when you did machine maintenance and that, the last thing you wanted to do was fix a machine when you got home.
Yeah, pretty much. You just want to get in and not touch one. But I don't mind doing what I'm doing now and the SolidWorks stuff on a weekend as much. I feel like I can sit and do it on the sofa and still like half watch TV and stuff. That's not too bad.
You tried sanding while on the sofa, or was Vicky not having that?
I don't do sanding, mate. You know me. I just either order it from you and accept that it's slightly rough and just go, yeah, that's fine.
Did you get the parts that you recently ordered from us?
Yeah.
They're rough.
I did. I just need to do something with them now. No, I looked at them this morning and thought, I need to finish them.
You just got to paint them.
No, that was why I ordered them in white SLS this time, so I didn't have to paint them.
Paint them white, yeah. I mean, that's what we always say to people. It's like, go for whatever's available for your budget, or if you want white, just order the white one.
For an extra £100 or whatever it was, I was like, I'm not painting them. It's not my money.
Yeah.
So I just need to thread the 2 holes. That's about it, really.
Thread those holes.
I'm going to thread them holes.
Did the actual container come out all right this time?
Yeah, it's bang on.
Because I don't think
lid fits really well.
I don't think they put the sprues on this time.
No, I didn't bother. But it seemed like it was all right.
Because I wasn't around. You made an order and didn't tell me.
I did tell you. I texted you. And I put in the order notes, see Kirby. He knows all about these.
No, I was on my training course that week.
Ah.
I'm going on my next training course next week. Going to Barcelona.
I know you are, you lucky
sausage.
Yeah.
Not going to see much of Barcelona, but...
Oh, worry. I thought
I've never been, so it would have been nice, but I opened my big mouth.
Stuff happens, mate.
The guy wanted to, we were there for Monday and Tuesday, and he wanted to do our return flight.
Oh, you've told me this, yeah.
On Wednesday night.
Fly out ASAP.
Yeah, let's not take the piss a little bit.
Yes.
It is what it is. But it'll be a fun trip.
But we've discussed SolidWorks for makers. We've discussed the good, the bad, and the ugly with it. We've touched on work. We've touched on your back door getting knocked in.
Oh yeah, I got a new one though.
Yeah.
It's been patched up.
You've been to Turkey, have you?
Yeah, they patched it up and fixed the edging. Where they
nice.
ripped it up. But
I can barely tell, mate. It's like a new one.
State of my kitchen is just
horrible.
The kitchen.
Sure. You'll get there eventually.
Now I'm gonna knock the cable out of its place. Hold on.
But Kirby.
But
do we have a special guest next time?
Yes.
Our next episode in 2 weeks' time?
Yes, we want to get yeah. I nearly said Uranus because I looked at the word.
Quite possibly the worst intro for the next episode you could have done. Next time we're getting Uranus.
Oh, I couldn't do words there. We're gonna have Yaya. Have we messaged him yet? I'm sure he'll be up for it. He did a user group presentation for me last week. He was very good.
Did he? I'm sorry, I missed that. Work was hell.
I'm in the process of redoing Kathy's kitchen so I can relate on the temporary kitchen setup. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Because
it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean he's ripped out everything. The electrics were done today. We found out, and that was a fun way to find out, that all of the electrics for the kitchen were connected directly into the mains and not into its own fuse switch.
But not like bypass the meter connected in the mains.
I don't know, but when the guy pulled the plug out, the power to the house went off, and he was like, "Ooh."
Nice.
And all he did was take the faceplate off. And
That's always a good sign as an electrician, I think.
Yeah, he was just like, what is going on? So he literally had to strip all the cabling out of the walls and redoing all of it because it's not on its own ring.
Yeah.
So
times have moved on since the house was probably built and the kitchen was put in last.
But this is why I'm doing it, so that it's like you're gonna rip the cupboards off the wall anyway. You might as well.
I might as well do it. Yeah,
do
you're
the
not going to
cabling,
leave
removing the plugs and everything like that. So they're redoing all of that. I mean, he pulled the lights out of the roof, and it's just the amount of insulation tape that's holding it together.
Yes, love it. The more tape, the better. The sketchier, the better you get.
Oh, my boss, he did a fucking great one. We had a big fan removed out of our extraction system. But instead of having an electrician in to remove the actual cable from the switchboard, he said he's just going to turn it off at the switch and let a 3-phase cable just dangle at about head height off the ceiling.
All right, it was off.
Yeah, it was off, but no one knows which one was off. And it also turned off a bunch of the wall switches and that. So that caused one of our pumps to overflow because it wasn't running. So if someone didn't check that or know that those two were connected, someone would have gone, it's like, oh, this is off, switch it back on. And then there's 3 volts at head height in the area that I work. I took a photo and I said, no, you fix this. So HR had to get involved for the health and safety to go and get that sorted. Eric's working on wiring right now, adding additional ceiling lights for the kitchen. I mean, Jonny, you had to rewire a house.
Yeah, I ain't doing another one anytime soon. You know what? I don't mind. I actually don't mind doing stuff like that. I quite enjoy it. Yeah, end of story.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I wired up
it's not hard to do. It's just time consuming. Yeah,
when I did my bar, I thoroughly enjoyed it, buying all the components that I needed, figuring out what the plan that I wanted, and actually putting it together, and then flicking a switch, and it actually works. You're like, oh, wow, I can do this. It is rewarding. It is a nice feeling. Kind of working on projects, planning projects, and putting it together, and even when it comes to a massive project, I mean, kind of linking. This is very nicely linking back to the start of our episode of the Maker Edition, having all those kind of tools to help plan a project, put together a project, and actually, work on it. My neighbor next door is building a shed. He saw my other neighbor's, his little spring house thing that he bought and had someone fit. He's building his own one. I was listening to the man cut boards of wood with a handsaw.
No thanks.
No power tools. He's just happily just. It's an amazing sound. And yeah, he's sitting there building it himself. And I knew he was building himself. I would have loved to have sat down with him and be like, yeah, let's see if we can plan this out in SolidWorks. Make sure you have everything correct. And I think.
And I tell you why I do that, right? So if I was doing a shed, I would I'd design all the boards up, blah, blah, blah. And I'd work out how many of each length I have using SolidWorks, all of this. And then I would work out how many I can get per length so that I buy the right amount. Because you always buy one less than you need.
I mean, I did something like that as well, where I bought a massive board and I need to figure out, okay, I needed to have bits cut. So before I went to B&Q to get it all cut, I used SolidWorks to map out the little squares. So I just extruded a rectangle, drew my little sketches on it to try and nest it and figure out where the cuts need to be get the most efficiency out of the board. And then I went with a very, very long, extensive list of cuts for them, which they weren't too happy about, and they fucked it up anyway.
Oh, no, mine like it because it gives them they just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they're done. They know exactly what they're doing. My guy likes it. Yeah. At B&Q near us. Again, all SolidWorks. And then I just print the the sketch out.
Yeah, I like it. It's a fun project. I mean, even the kitchen, I did a bit of it in SolidWorks. Try and figure out, will things work out? And then when when the kitchen designer comes, he's like, "Oh, what do you want?" And I was just like, "This is what I want." And he's like, "You've done most of the work for us." New offices? No, new kitchen.
Well, it might be a new office for me since he was last kicking about.
Yes, B&Q is the UK version of Home Depot. It's exactly the same colours as well.
It's not as good though, Eric. It's crap in comparison.
Yeah, there's no like postbox aisle.
No, there's nothing you need. You go to B&Q and you just come home frustrated. I went yesterday to buy a shelf and they didn't have any in the right colour. I was like, "This is great." I've come
was good.
I've come for a white wooden shelf that you always have in stock and you don't have any. Great, I'll just go home. Yes. Whereas Home Depot, right, you can go in, whatever you need for any DIY job in the house, you can get what you need there. B&Q, no. You've got to be prepared to go about 7 times and then eventually order it off the internet.
I went to 3 different B&Qs to try and get a fire pit. And all of them were like, "Oh, we have it in stock, but it's on one of the higher shelves." I was like, "So go get it." It's like, "Oh, the guy that drives a forklift isn't here."
Great. Real useful.
I'm like, fantastic. It's like, "You can come around Tuesday and maybe we can get it down for you." I was like, no. Eventually I went to like the 3rd B&Q and they're like, "Oh, our forklift guy's on his lunch break, but he can come and do it when you come back. But we're going to have to like close an aisle down and all that stuff. And it's not very easy." I'm like, I was just like, "I don't care. I want it."
Great. I don't really care. That's you've chose to store it there, not me.
I mean, yeah, today I went to go and pick up tiles. And I said to us, like, "I've got 3 separate orders. I've come to collect all 3. So instead of her going through all 3 and getting it all together, she said, "Oh, what's the first one?" She goes off. She spends 10 minutes unpacking a pallet of tiles into a trolley. Comes back, and I give her the second one and realizes the rest of the tiles that are still on the pallet, that same pallet, are also for me. So Great. she made her life harder. Yeah, she wasn't impressed when I told her my car was 4 spaces away from the entrance.
Tough.
She even asked me, "Do you want to move your car and park here in the disabled spots?" And I just said, "No, I'm not disabled. I can't park there."
You should have said, "No, unless you want to pay for the ticket."
But yeah, B&Q, it's a cool place, but you got to be. It's
not. It's a frustrating place, right? In theory, they have everything you need. In practice, they don't. They have half of it, and what you find is half of it's crazy expensive for no reason. It's triple the price of Amazon, but it preys on people's convenience of needing it then and there to finish a job, or they'll say they've got it in stock online because it has an online stock checker.
Yeah.
You turn up, you go to the aisle in the location that it's meant to be in. It's not there. It's 4 aisles away because they've moved the shop round and not bothered updating anything. It's horrendous. It's a horrendous place, Eric.
I don't think it's just them because IKEA is quite similar as well.
Yeah, comparing it to Home Depot is doing it just a disservice, Eric.
So I don't think I've used enough. I haven't used enough Home Depot to kind of compare.
Oh, it's like it's my version of heaven on earth. You go in, you get what you need, and leave.
It also depends on which B&Q you go to, because the one in Greenwich is fantastic.
No, all of them up here are crap. They're all crap.
Sounds like you need a new hardware store.
And you buy lumber like a fence post. It's bent like a banana.
I remember someone complaining about bent boards from B&Q. There's a Harbor Freight. I don't know what.
No, we don't have a Harbor Freight equivalent at all. Harbor Freight's like auto parts, trolley jet. Well, you've got Halfords.
Halfords, yeah, I was about to say.
It's not the same. You can't go in and buy like a car part there and there. They'll order it in for you. We've got like Euro car parts as well for car parts, but again,
that's mostly online.
Yeah, they're not. Nah, we don't have convenience like America, where you can go and get something the same day and it be there.
It's Americans that invented convenience.
Yeah, and the people behind the counter actually acknowledge your existence rather than going, "What do you want?"
They got people at the door greeting you.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Oh, Miss America.
Anyway, that's my daily rant on the UK hardware store situation.
Oh, that's quite funny. I remember watching when I was in South Africa. Went to the builder's warehouse and some guy brought his Ferrari to take home pieces of lumber because he didn't have a car big enough to put it in, and the Ferrari had was convertible.
Shove it through the window.
No, it was like massive, like 3-4 meter
like
long
full
planks.
sheets.
Yeah,
Nice.
Duly noted, John. I think you've like traumatized Eric on a B&Q now.
Oh, don't bother, Eric. Next time you're over, I'll take you.
That's epic, Lou. Yeah, it's American convenience, American stores, just big, getting greeted. People are happy to see you.
They have they have to be, don't they? But they have everything there you want. The UK hardware store market is dire.
But you know what, Johnny? Our next episode, we're planning to have Yaya. Not Uranus, Yaya.
But we are going to have him on.
Yes, we're going to have a fun episode. I'm excited to just chat to him about... He did a presentation for me, for my user group, about doing SolidWorks animations and that stuff, and animating in SolidWorks. Very, very cool. So I want to see some of the things that he's animated. I know SolidWorks has posted a lot of his stuff. So I want to know his story. I want to know more about him.
Yeah, that'd be good. I feel like there's a lot to explore there.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll get some homework. Yaya will be a great guest. He was probably the most passionate person in the world.
He was on all kind of things at World. He is a room of energy all in one person.
He worked hard to get his visa to get into America, and he made the most of it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a
nice
little place. I mean, I'm glad the Maker Edition is coming down in price. I see Brandon has said he's finally been able to get his own license, so I want to see some cool stuff being made from you. There's your homework, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon, get yourself away. There's no excuse.
Eric, your homework is to check out B&Q.
I'll send you a link to the website, Eric. You can laugh at the prices.
I mean, they've got a pretty bang tidy website. It's DIY.com.
I'll give them that. The URL they've got is decent. They've done a good job.
Yeah, Brandon's still making his coffee mug. Jesus, when we unpacked the cupboards full of coffee mugs, when we unpacked the kitchen, there were a total of about 86 mugs.
I can believe it. 86.
Yeah, you thought, oh, that wasn't much, but then you really thought of it. I don't know if you can see it.
Damn, that is a lot, mate. Where have they all been?
So about 3 of our cupboards in the kitchen are just mugs.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We did do a culling.
A culling.
Yes, we got rid of a lot of the mugs, put them in storage.
You've put mugs in storage. You're paying to store empty mugs. My God.
It's not just... There's Lego in there as well. I had to put my swords in there as well.
Mate, you should have taken them at B&Q and asked if they could put them on a top rack for you.
Be there in 6 months. That's actually quite good. Brandon sells about 40 mugs a month. That's a good little business, that.
1 point something a day, 3-ish.
Well, South Africa just this week got Amazon. So they're going to discover convenience, and Builder's Warehouse is going to become expensive. But
I feel like Amazon in South Africa is going to result in a lot of robbings at traffic lights.
Well, they've already got the South African version of it.
Have they?
And it's working right. I think Amazon's going to buy them out at some point. It's just easier. They've got the infrastructure already.
Yes.
They've got the network. But it's been a good episode. It's been good chatting about makers. I'm excited to see this new price structure. Hopefully it's going to make some changes. What'd you do?
I dropped some stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it will make a difference. And I think there'll be a lot of people buy it for the year over a monthly. I think $48 people are just going to pay that outright, I'd hope.
It's a lot. It's more manageable.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a flamethrower on a car in South Africa to keep people from robbing you? Basically, yes. That's what you need to protect yourself. I think it was more of a... What's the word I'm looking for? Satire type of advert. Speaking of satire, there's a good movie on Netflix that you should watch. It's called Unfrosted. It's how they created the Pop-Tart. Very satire.
Really? I'm going to have a look at that. I like that kind of stuff.
It's you think it's going to be a biopic. It's not. It's the whole movie just takes the piss, and it's brilliant. I mean, Hugh Grant plays Tony the Tiger from Kellogg's.
And I like it.
Tries to it's a point in the movie where they go on strike, and he dresses up like the guy in the bullhorns that stormed the Capitol, but it's Tony the Tiger's kind of stripes, and then storms Kellogg's. It's so good. It got banned as people. It got banned as the people ran into traffic, set a light, and bystanders got hurt. It's just sprays pepper spray now. It is, but yeah, we'll have Yaya next week.
2 weeks.
Be a good chat. 2 weeks. I'll actually have a new kitchen by then. I won't have the temporary. I'm gonna miss this just convenience of
swivel
around
on swivel.
I was playing video games yesterday with beers.
Nice.
I just turned around,
topped up,
nice and cold. It was good. It was good. I was very happy and pleased. But yes, let's get these doodads on our faces. What are you pointing at?
My extruder.
My extruder. Look at your extruder. Look at my Pokemon cards.
Nice.
Look at the insane amount of holes in my wall.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed. Do you know what I thought it was? I thought it was plasterboard screws. I was like, who the hell's put that many in?
Yeah, we won't talk about that. At least these ones I got right the first time.
They're right. Yeah, they're all right then.
Oh dear.
You've done well with them sets.
Swivel that bottle, STV.
Swivel that bottle. I like that.
Eric's a smart man. He'll find some sort of pun. But yes, I had the thing up already. So I'm getting distracted.
Again.
If you want to follow me at KJ Designs 365, I'll probably just be posting pictures of my kitchen as it goes on.
Oh, very nice. At Kesser Creations for me. Don't get your hopes up.
I watched, it was Star Wars Day this week.
Oh.
I watched Solo, and when they mentioned the Kessel Run, I was like, oh, Kessel Run Creations. If you want to see when we go live next, we're at the Core Podcast on Contact on Instagram, on Facebook, we are the Core Podcast with Oza Zero, on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, we are at the Core Podcast. You can't even try and make fun of me for that anymore.
You've done well.
I do it well every time. Every time I do it well. Jonathan, it's been epic having
Yeah, it's just a nice little catch up today, I feel.
It's been epic.
Chatted through Makers.
Yes.
Go buy it. Or go rent it, technically. It's on subscription.
Go rent it. It gives a new term to blockbusters.
Well, buy infers ownership transfer. Rent it's like a lease of software, really.
A lease, yes, more of a lease. And thank you for those that have joined us this evening. It's been epic hanging out with everybody. And we'll see you all in the next one. Where's the... Oh, shit. Didn't do the thing. Bye.
Bye.